start with. Then you've played on a clock before.
Well, I have, but it was confusing me. So we start when we want, don't we?
When he says
Action.
lights, camera, action. Okay. Have a good one. 6-3. Okay, so just press your thing. That's right. 6-3.
Ah, good. You can hear me? You said hopefully. Ah, good. You can hear me? You said hopefully. Ah, good. You can hear me? You said hopefully. Ah, good. You can hear me? Okay. Right, can you... So, hopefully, if you could share the screen, Matty. Hello? Right. Can you still hear me? Um, hello, hello, hello? Hello, hello, hello? 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 Okay, let me try speaking up, see if you can hear me. I've got maximum volume on. Mm. Hello, 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 hello. I'm not saying anything at the moment. Still here, still waiting. Oh, okay. Okay, good afternoon. This is Chris Bray commentating on Ray Kershaw against Tim Parfitt. We've reached a critical point in this particular game where Ray, I think, should have cleared one of the checkers from his midpoint a couple of rolls ago. He's now going to run into trouble. Okay. So Ray Kershaw blue, Tim Parfitt black. It's getting very skinny. 4-1, but now Tim is going to have to go with one of his rear checkers. 5-2. So I'd have thought rather longer than that and thought about actually coming out with the 5. Put some pressure, put some pressure on the midpoint because now he's only got a 9 shot and he's got an imperfect home board. And now it's even worse because he's now crunched his home board and in fact could have kept his own board. This is going to be a shot. It's one of the few numbers that leaves a direct shot, but now Tim's home board is crunched, so hitting doesn't necessarily win. And he's missed anyway. So I haven't got the race in count here. I'll get XG going shortly by my side to assist the commentary. This looks very much as if it's going to get tied up at 2-all in the moment. Checker off. Okay. So this is, as I say, Chris Bray commentating. I'm commentating remotely from my home, thanks to the genius of Matt Fair setting all of this up. And another shot has rung out. But again, it's not a winning shot. So 2-1 or double 1 is Tim's best number. 4-3 is a miss. He's just got to go. And this is shortly going to be 2-all. So no gammons for Ray, no wins for Tim unless he rolls about 4 double sixes. And we can shortly all have a 1-minute break while they reset the checkers. Was an ethical thing as to when you should concede. Tim could still win this, so no need to concede yet. Okay. 4 rolls. Going to need 4 doubles.
Markham, hello, we're on telly.
Sorry, 3 doubles. You can still do it with 3 doubles. And that's the end of the game. So that's now 2-all. 2-all to 7. Not quite like a money game. So before you start every game, you need to think about the score, think about your cube strategy for that particular score, and obviously then change your play in line with the score that you are playing to. So here, a double gammon for either player will get them to the Crawford game, which is more powerful than just winning a regulation money game gammon for 4 points. So people will drop Gammonish doubles slightly earlier than usual in this situation. Well, they should know to do that. Sorry, they may not do it. People's theoretical knowledge and their practical application of that somewhat differ. So here we go. 4 for Ray. Oh, not 4 for Ray. Okay. 2 and 2 for Tim, 1 for Ray. So should play this normally, whatever his normal role is. Computers will tell you that slotting the 5-point is a tiny bit better than splitting at the back, but it's a matter of style. It certainly doesn't help when your opponent rolls 5-5 when you split. He's going to make the point. So 6 and 4, good return number. Had he found there, Ray would not have had a double, but it would have been close. 2 here in the 6, he's going to spring the checker to provide some contact on his bar point. 6-1, make the bar point. Swift play by both players, but they've been relatively straightforward games so far. So he's going to come in on the 4. And I think he's going to anchor with the 2. There is a case for hitting with the 2, but he's got no hit, no cover numbers. All it does is take a tempo. 5 and 1. So Ray has a slightly inelegant position after this play. His army is separated into sort of 3 chunks, and those checkers on the midpoint are particularly inefficient. So here he shouldn't fear being hit, so he should drop a checker down. This is the wrong idea. So protecting against being hit is wrong there. He's way behind in the race. And he needed to keep the rear checker on the 24-point to provide maximum contact. Now, all Tim has to do is got acres of room behind those blue checkers to dump bad rolls. So that 3-1 was quite a bad mistake. Oh, not, of course, if you hit 6, but the 1's awkward, so play either 5-4 or 6-5. 6-5 will give him more covers next time, but people are normally averse to giving up their 6-point. So Tim's managed to compound his last error by staying out. Double 3, perfect number. 1, 2, 3, cover, and drop 1 down because there is no other 3. 3 and 3. Now the situation has changed dramatically. We need to look at the race. We need to look at. These are very swift decisions, both of those. So always follow Moshi's rule. Take 12 seconds on any double indecision. I would estimate they took about 2 or 3 seconds there. So now 5-4 for Ray. So he should be focusing on building his inner point boards and continuing the blitz. So this is one of those positions where Black should have given a lot more, or Tim should have given a lot more consideration to dropping than usual because of the score. So 2-all. He's now behind in the race and position. And he's made the mistake of fanning on that board 3 times in a row. So Ray's got a combination of things he can do here, so he might as well escape the last checker at this point. Now he can concentrate on bringing the checkers home and/or making his home board point. The problem for Tim is he can never anchor, so he faces being attacked time after time, and if things don't go well. So here you can leave no shots, or you can leave 4 shots. You get extra numbers. You leave 6 shots. So 6 is probably too many when the checker will already be doing a good job on the 4-point. But he's fanned for the 4th time. Ooh, perfect rolling from Ray Kershaw. 2 down. Now is the time to clear the point. Yeah, so it leaves only 2-1, and even if he comes in with a 2, then he's got a 5-point prime in front of it. So he's in with a 2. Now he needs to race off the gammon. Now the question is, Ray should hit loose here to accentuate his gammon chances. So the question is, what is he going to roll? Which the answer is double 1. You really switch with double 1. And then probably just advance from the 8-point to the 7-point. It makes that point easier to clear. I don't know what else he's thinking about here. He's certainly got to hit because he's got his own checker exposed on the midpoint. So you don't need to hit loose when you can switch. So this switching with 3 to 2 is correct. Yeah. 3-5. And the question is, well, again, players are playing far too quickly here. You need to think about whether you're trying to save the gammon or win the game. Right? So by exposing another checker in board, he's potentially, now he's going to get hit. So he's got to hit. Surely he's got to hit. Okay, not going to hit. Just as well, really. Okay, so maybe I should have taken longer to think about that play, but now he's going to leave a shot anyway. So now Tim's got the opportunity to roll 3-2, 3-4, or 3-3, but not 2-6. Six and lift. Okay. So Ray's got a slightly awkward structure here. He will leave a number of shots. So now it's worth staying for Tim. 6-6, 6-5. 5-3 is okay. He's going to play 6-1, 4-1. Clearing the 6-5 point for the extra checker off is not the right idea. It creates a gap and more shot leaving numbers later. So, yeah, Tim is trying to get his checkers home to save the gammon. 6-3, the only shot leaving number. Ray's really finding his numbers here. So 3-something for excitement for the crowds. 5-1. So again, there's a lot of shot leaving numbers again here. Only 2 big numbers. That's a shot leaving number. 6. Do you leave the extra number? Well, Ray elected not to leave the extra number. And again, he's fanned. But now 2 big numbers leaves a double shot. So that was the consideration. So I've played Ray many, many times, and he's playing incredibly quickly for Ray. I've never seen him play this fast. So you must take crossovers every time. But the 4 should have come down because now he may waste checkers wearing those last checkers home. So 2, 4, 6, 7 crossovers needed, and Ray needs 6. So he needs at least 1 double to save the gammon. And that is the end of that. So that whole game was played remarkably quickly. Okay, it may only be a master satellite event, but these guys have presumably got 2 minutes per point on the clock, and I guess that looking at the clocks, they haven't used any time at all. Backgammon is a phenomenally complex game, and you cannot make decisions at the speed they have just made decisions in that last game. You've got the time on the clock, so use it. Now, of course, there are no doubling decisions left because we're at Crawford. If Tim wins a single game in this particular game, then Ray will have the luxury of a free drop, but other than that, there are no doubling decisions to be made. 6-2, just play it normally. Okay. And 6-5. So standard opening, standard response, hits twice, just because there's no better 5. Winning a gammon is of very little use to Tim here. Winning a backgammon is incredibly useful, but that only happens once in 100 games. So that was a terrific roll by Ray. 3 and 6. So small advantage to Ray. Has 2 checkers back to 3. Has the better structure. 5 and 4. So I'd hit with the 5. Hitting is right more often than you think now. That gives Tim his whole roll to play in. So it would have worked really well, the hit. In that particular case, he had the better board. Now, if Ray rolls a 5, he's feeling good about life. But here now, Tim's had the advantage because Ray didn't take that tempo hit to actually now build a prime. It's 1-2. And make the opponent's bar. So all of that has originated from Ray not making the tempo hit on his 3-point. But of course he's rolled 5-1. So there'll be a little flurry of hits here until someone misses. That's not a miss. 1, 2, 3. Think about the 4th. Quite awkward here. I'm not sure I want to pile all my checkers up there, particularly when I have to win the game. So I might have looked at 13 to 10 then as an alternative. And of course I'd have been hit. He's still got a hit. Losing a gammon doesn't count. This is safe backgammon. Safe backgammon doesn't win matches. 5 and 3. That's ugly. Oh, it's really ugly. Can't move the rear checker. Do you really want the 2-point? It's a horrible structure. I'd have looked at bringing 2 down there. When the cube is not in play, you need to play very pure backgammon. And again, I think this is the wrong idea. I think you should make the 4-point. No. 2, 5, 7, 8. There's 9 checkers in the attack zone. So now what? Yeah, okay. Right, can't play from the midpoint. We'll have to play from there and then slot the 4-point. Okay. So 6-4. Yeah. So Tim is hampered by the fact that he used a roll not long ago to make the 2-point. So he's playing with 13 checkers against 15 because those are out to play. But equally well, Ray has made his 2-point. And he knows how to roll a double 6, obviously, which is very important. So now Ray's become a big favourite in the game. But obviously he can't use the cube. And again, I'm not sure about that 1 because it didn't diversify the checkers. So Ray's, all he's got to do is clear his points. So he should play 10 to 8 with the 2. Then he's got the opportunity, he's got the choice of clearing either the 10-point or the midpoint, depending on what he rolls next time, and there are no bad numbers. So you don't need the spare on the 10-point. In fact, you don't want any of those points because what you're trying to do is get rid of them. So I think that was the wrong 2. So 26, 56, 72, 1900. Ray's count is 108. Now 104. Oops, didn't see what he actually rolled, but it must have been very big. Double 4. So now Tim is slightly up in the race. slow him down, 2-1. So if these guys ever pause for thought, I could do a bit more arithmetic. Tim is currently 83. That makes him 75. Ray needs a big number. 2-1 is not a big number. So you should take 2 crossovers here. Yeah. Six, and should. I would have played 6 to 5. Yeah, you can worry about the ones later, but if you roll double 5, you want to take 3 checkers off. Ray's really slowing down at this point. So Tim's a big favourite, but he hasn't won yet. Is that another 2-1? Neither side rolling particularly well. Okay. There shouldn't be too much excitement here, but you never know. One big double for Ray could change things. That's a reasonably good double. Tim is currently 53 minus 8, which is 45. Ray's still 20 pips behind. 15 pips behind, and a bunch of checkers. So his winning chances will be in the 9 to 10% range, and that's probably just diminished even further. Okay. So this game will shortly end, and we will get to 6-3. So he needs to maximise his huge numbers, but he needs 3 doubles basically to even have a chance, and that's only if Tim rolls badly. That's going to be the end. 1, 2, 3. Even 2 doubles aren't good enough now. That's the end of that one. So it's 6-3 to Ray. Crawford has passed. You can be oh so clever and not double on the first roll, but I'm sure Tim will double on the first after the first roll. The next game. So there was one play early on where Ray didn't take a tempo hit, and the whole game changed because of that. So the more you play, the more you learn. When in doubt, hit. So Ray is opened with a 3-2, and that's the correct 3-2 when you're leading. This is double and to take. Exercise the free drop. Double one's a great roll. And 2-6. So it's got to try and make the advanced anchor. Tim would obviously love to win a gammon in this position, so he can be slightly more aggressive than usual. 6 is good, and I wouldn't bother splitting at the back, no. His whole reason for living here is to try and win a gammon side of, yeah, and now he really will regret not having a checker on the 11 point. So 2 on the bar. But wouldn't you rather have that extra builder in this position? So Ray's cleverly coming on the 1 point where he can't easily be attacked. Double 2. Probably just hit again on the... Hello? What is that? He's not thinking. I think he just missed the play. Well, he had to hit in that situation. That's a huge difference. Huge difference. Maybe you just didn't see the play. And now, what do you do with your 2-1? You hit. No! Here he's losing the game. So, playing safely is not the right idea. This is awkward for Ray. He's going to have to play 6-3. Because if he plays any other 2, there's no 1. Yeah. Okay. 5-2. Well, again, even now you could think of fitting. This is probably correct. Just to give him some shape. Certainly double 1 wouldn't have done him any favours. He's going to play 11-9. Yep. So it's a nice structure, but he needs to build an anchor on the other side of the board. 4-5. Yep. Is this really right? What? Again, leaving the anchor is normally wrong. And he was ahead in the race, so there was an argument for it, but I think 2 down may well have been the right play there. 3-2 is just going to pick and pass. I can't see what else he's even thinking about. A hit on the 5-point. What is this? What? I think you just say, again, both players are missing plays here. It's just odd. 2-2. It's not a great roll. Should come down with 2 from the midpoint. And put some pressure on that 11 point. Ray desperately needs an anchor, which he has not got. 6-1 is a mess. So he can make his bar point, have a 4-point block, which at least is a deterrent. He can make the 2-point and keep the midpoint. Again, when you've still got 2 checkers back, I think this is the right play. 5-4. Trying to find a play. Yeah. That looks the only logical play. Yeah. Finally, an anchor. So, because Tim has been non-aggressive, he's allowed Ray basically to escape here. This is going to... Hello. Okay. 5-2. 6-5. So, I think you can afford to make the 3-point here. Again, you can't win with a cube, so you've got to play good, logical backgammon. So you could play 8-2, 6-1. Then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 stripped outfield points, and the checker's in the wrong position. So I think because of the block on Tim's ace point, it should have been making 3-point. It also duplicated 5s. So this 6-2. Now, the whole problem with Ray's previous play is when you have 4 stripped outfield points, something has to give. And if I was a teacher coming in and looking at this position, I'd say, what on earth are you doing with that structure? Five, 2, yeah, at least he's made some points. 5, just keep it going. No, you can never have too many men in your 4-point. So 6-4, I think was the right 2. This is 2 down probably. He's got 2 dilly builders on his 2-point. Only one of those checkers is ever going to be any good by making the ace point. 4-3. Again, you need to think about this stuff because now he's got 2 points to clear and not 1. It would have been a very close play and it was worthy of some thought. Now he could make the 3-point because if he's going to get a shot, he's going to get it soon. The alternative is to play 13-8. Okay, so now 6-1 leaves a shot. Double 5, strangely enough, doesn't leave a shot. So this looks like being a single game, unless something remarkable happens. Okay, well, we'll let this play itself out. Obviously, Ray just needs to run home. Take crossovers. Yeah, so it would take a miracle for Ray to win, and a slightly smaller miracle for Tim to win a gammon in the match. So don't waste any checkers. 10 to 6 and 18 to 15. Okay. Four and 3. No. So if Tim rolls 2 double 6s and Ray rolls 3 2 1s, Tim could win a gammon. But that's the end of that. So Ray will probably take another couple of rolls, because that's what you do. Theoretically, he could still win. Tim rolled 5. Oh, look, double 6. There you go. Right, he just needs basically 3 more of those. 1, 2. Now go on, roll a double 6 just to make it interesting, Ray, or double. Right, needs a double. 6 and 5. And 2. It's still technically possible. Tim could roll 2 2 1s and Ray could roll 2 doubles. Well, no, that didn't happen. Okay, so we're now at double match point. Ray has a free drop available to him. Okay. So are you going to take a break? No, we're going straight through. Right, here we go. Final game. Ray has rolled a 5. Tim has rolled a 2. Here comes the double. Won't exercise his free drop. He'll take this. He has the advantage. That was a 3-1. Ray will now make 3 point. So that's the better board. So he's brought a builder in. I don't mind this play. So that's 2 and 3. So unfortunately, Tim now certainly not going to. Yeah, this is reasonable. It would also be reasonable given its double match point to play 6 to 4 there. That's a good roll for Ray. He's made the 4 point. So slight advantage to Ray at this point. What's that? 4 and 3. It's close, but okay, 4 and 3. This is going to be no excitement. Basically, he's just going to play 13-6 and hope for something better. He might play 6 to 3, but close call. So 6 to 3 leaves double 4 and 6-2. He is stripped everywhere, so it's possible that the flexibility given by so 4, 3, okay. So he wouldn't have been able to play that play if Ray had made the slightly more flexible play on his preceding roll. Double three has been cocked. In America, that would be a legal roll this year, so they allow checkers to arrive on top. Checkers off the board again. Four and two is an ugly roll. It really is ugly. I think you've got to play slightly flexibly here and play 6-2 with the 4. Yeah. Playing safe by coming off the 8 point didn't look right. Five and three. So you can hit in the outfield. Now this is where you take your time in a backgammon position. Double match point. Crucial roll. I quite like making the ace point here. Yeah. So you preserve the anchor. You make a better in a point board. 3 and 4. Now Ray needs a 6. He'll even take a 3-1, so you can put 2 on the bar. 3-1, there you go. I can see the future. So he's going to hit. You've got 2 choices here. You can play 6-5 to 2, or you can play 8-5 and pick up with the ace. So, hello? What? Oh, no. You've got to put the second checker up, surely. Yeah, that was such a passive play. Again, double 4 would have been fantastic if he'd hit. He had to hit the second checker. Playing not to lose is not a great idea at backgammon. To try to play to win. Okay. So 3, and out you come. Oh, do you? Now you've got to hit, I think. Why give him the flexibility? Sorry, I didn't see the hit initially. Yeah. Now he's playing aggressively because he's been forced into it. But sometimes you have to play aggressively naturally. 5 and 6, so that's going to be 5 and save the 6. So Ray needs a 3 and an 8. Well, it'll have to do. 4 and 1 makes the point. But now Ray's a big underdog. Not hitting that second checker with the 3-1 was an error. So, would you leave the 11 for the sake of flexibility? This is a close call. Swap the point. So, 4-1, probably correct. Given that Ray has 2 in the board blocks, he could have consisted. Right, so he makes the point. He's got to come out with a 4. You've got to come out with a 4 because of the blot on the black's ace point. Yeah. Okay. Now 6-3, 6-4, 6-5, they're all great. Okay. But by at least making that play last time, Ray's given himself some flexibility. So he's now going to play this. So that's about all he's got left. 3 and 1. Probably not the time to leave a 7 shot when you don't need to, and because Ray's position is going to deteriorate. That's a 9 shot. Now, that might be right. 3 and 2. Now, that's real. Because Tim didn't think about the last play, he's now going to have to play 2 down, 3 to there. So Ray gets his 7 shot, or 8 shot, which is a potential game-winning shot 6-5. He's leaving on a jet plane, as we used to say. Now the race is going to be close, and Tim, if he gets the right number, may well have to hit here. He can't hit. So, if they just quieten down for a minute. Now the question is, now here's a difficult play. Is he ahead or behind in the race? Two and one. Well, if he'd come out with a 4-3, he'd have been hit. So, 3, 2. It could still be very close. A small number now. Oh, that's not a small number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, taking them off looks right because Ray's got to go over the 6 anyway. He's going to be better off running than staying, I think. No number leaves a shot next time, and then his board will be even more crunched. 4-2. So one big set from Ray makes the game exciting. Ooh. Consistently rolled poorly in races. 5 and 3. 6 and 3. Okay, so Tim's got 5 checkers off already, so he's a massive favourite. Again, Ray needs big sets. 6 and 4. Okay. Lots of 4s and 3s and 1s for Tim to make this even better. 4-1. There you go. Right. Come on, one big set to get the crowds excited. Now he's managed 2-1 again. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Slot. Slot. There you go. We're still looking for that big double. That's a start. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4. 6 checkers plays 8. This is not dead. 3-1 is a miss. Right, now, basically it's going to be a 3-roll situation. So, Ray's never going to miss. Tim's got some weird misses here. 4-1. And that's bad because if he rolls another ace, he's going to miss again. Oh, double 6. Obviously, he'd been saving that for us. Now, 4 rolls win, 32 rolls lose. Here we go. Here we go. And he's cocked the dice. So, double 3, double 4, double 5, double 6, 5-3. A victory to Mr. Kershaw. Well played, guys. It was interesting.
Yeah, you kept rolling 4s and 3s. No, when you picked and passed. Well, no, but I mean the race was very close.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there we are.